Okay, my good people, listen. I want you guys to take a listen to this video. Okay, this is something that I've been seeing so much of it. It's not like it just started. I've even showed you guys just a few people that feel the same way about this game, but I want to explain something. I might let it play to its entirety. I might interrupt here and there. I might not. I don't know. But I want to make overall point, or should I say overall points about his points, okay? Overall, my point on his overall points that people seem to just not understand, including him, okay? Even when I agree with the things that they're saying, or a lot of it, or whatever, most of it, however, even all of it, it basically comes down to one thing especially that leads into other things why people are so disappointed with this game. Okay, so let's listen.
It's been over 2 years since the release of WWE2K22, featuring brand new graphics, brand new gameplay, brand new game modes, brand new everything. After the disaster that was 2K20, wrestling games were back. Looking back at it, I have such fond memories of 2K22. It was a wrestling game that really had me addicted. It was so fresh, it was so exciting, that for all of the year, I constantly went back to it and kept playing it throughout the year. And the future of the series at this point looks so promising. But now, fast forward 2 years and 2 sequels later, brother, I am so bored. 2K24 has been out now for 4 months, and going back to March, a few days after the game was released, I made a video giving my initial reactions to the game, and I had an absolute blast playing this game. From checking out the new arenas, the new roster, trying out the new weapons, all the way to the gameplay, everything was great. And to this day, 4 months later, everything in terms of the gameplay is still awesome. However, after the first 2 weeks of that game's release, I have barely played that game. The 2K games are in a very interesting situation. See, 2K has made a wrestling game that at the core is a really good, really fun, pick up and play, have a blast type video game. No doubt about that. But they've also made a game that, in my opinion, has zero longevity. In just 4 months, WWE2K24, in my opinion, feels dead. This game has just come and gone just like that. And the exact same thing happened last year with 2K23. When it happened last year, I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tripping. I did play a lot of 22. Maybe this year I need a break from wrestling games. But going to 24, I was excited. I was invested. I had the itch again. And I really wanted to jump back into the series and really invest my time into it. But after the initial excitement passes by, it's hard to not play this game and just be like, what do I do in this game? I really feel that the WWE 2K games are at the risk of falling off once again, and it's all thanks to the lack of true content. There is no reason for a wrestling game that was released in March to be this dead by July. There is no reason for this game to be dead before SummerSlam this early in the life cycle, especially in 2024. This isn't 2011 anymore. We live in a time where games are supported after launch more than ever. The only support that 2K wrestling games get are patches to fix stuff that the patch before broke, and DLC packs of wrestlers who should have been in the game at launch in the first place. Or DLC packs with these bozos. What are we doing here? But whatever, more on that later. It's tragic because at the core, like I said, 2K has made, in my opinion, a really great wrestling game, a really fun game. It just sucks because they don't have any proper game modes that really take advantage of their gameplay. The best way to play these games is, no joke, just run non-stop exhibition matches and have a blast till you go insane, which is fine. I will do that, but it's like, what the hell happened to the game modes I loved? See, 2K will advertise to you a bunch of shit, right? They'll advertise to you how we have so many modes in this game. We have My Rise, we have My GM, we have Showcase, we have Universe, we have My Faction. But truthfully, we all know this. All these modes are mid at best. There is no signature mode in this series. There's no staple. There's nothing carrying the series. It is just a collection of a bunch of half-assed modes to make it seem like you have content. Yeah, My Rise can be fun, right? It has its charm, but something still feels missing. Same with My GM. Showcase mode? Brother, if my parents were held hostage and all I have to do is showcase mode again, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting up with the northeast south corner BS ever again. My Faction, yeah, let me sit here as a grown man and grind out this game for 50 hours to unlock Final Boss Rock, which is the same rock in the regular game, just with a tank top now. Boy, if you don't get your ass at community creations, that's the problem. There is no focus. There is not one mode they can point to and be like, okay, that is how this game is meant to be played. That is the mode that the developers poured their heart into. That is the mode I should invest my time into. There is no signature mode. But wait, what about Universe mode? Yeah, Pav, isn't that the mode that was designed by 2K to be the mode that carries you for the entire life cycle? The mode that after you play the story mode and showcase, where you can take all of your unlockables and creations and throw them into the mode that will give you endless content till the next year and forever beyond? Yeah, universe mode actually being that is less likely than my immigrant parents telling me they're proud of me. But yeah, you know what? You're right. Universe mode is supposed to be the ultimate game mode for these games. It is the ultimate sandbox where you customize everything, you throw everything you have in the game into this mode, you make your own universe, and you play out weekly wrestling shows at the time of your life. However you want it. It's basically like being a kid and having your own action figure wrestling universe going on. So in theory, it's perfect. It's the mode that never ends, the possibilities are endless, you can play forever, and it's just non-stop content. The mode sucks. Okay, I know there are people out there who love universe mode. Alright, there's also people who like drinking bleach, but now I am so tired of how boring and bland universe mode is and how it's been used as a crutch by 2K for being this ultimate game mode that carries you through the life cycle. No, there is nothing in universe mode. This game mode was developed by people who have CT. I swear to God, was Ryback involved in the development of this? There is nothing in the universe mode that makes it feel like a proper alive game mode. I'm sorry, but universe mode is just a glorified exhibition mode. There is nothing in this mode that makes it feel like you're in a universe and actually playing week to week. It is the most bland game mode. Sorry excuse of a game mode I've seen in my life. You can spend hours and hours setting up your universe mode, making an elite universe with this amazing roster, spend hours downloading rosters, adding shows, making your champions, but then when you're done and it's time to actually play, yeah, you might get a cutscene every now and then, once a month, but you're just playing exhibition. What's the difference? Nothing you do in the universe actually matters. The rivalries barely work, the setup barely works, half the time it's the same matches every week. You have idiots appearing in your universe who aren't even a part of your universe. The mode is broken and it's useless. I'm sorry. The only reason people have fun in universe mode is because of themselves, their creativity, and their imagination. This game doesn't provide you anything. We've needed cutscenes for so long. We've needed unpredictability, promos, and so much more for years now. It is 2024. Why the hell has this game mode been so ass for so long? I have seen more depth in PS2 game modes. Like I said, universe is great for people who like to make their own little universe and have everything play on their head. Their own storylines, their own drama, their own little commentary, which, hey, if that's what you want to do, respect, no problem. But for me, personally, I kind of want the game to help me out a little bit. It's so bare bones. It's like, no shit, no one plays this game a month after the release because this mode brings nothing to the table. And this is supposed to be the mode that carries the game throughout the year? I swear to God, I don't remember the last time I made it across the first pay-per-view in Universe mode. If anything, 90% of the time I tried Universe, I haven't made it past the second week because the second week ends up being the same as the first week and nothing happens. To me, the setup has always been the funnest part because you're all excited. You're like, wow, this would be so cool. This was a real universe. If, these people do have storylines, all this, and then you actually play, and it's just like, wow, nothing happens. I'm just playing exhibition. There's no flow. There's no surprises. There's nothing. How is this even a game mode? 2K needs to add real content to these games. Fix up the game modes. Focus on the game modes. Put some love into them. Give us a signature mode where it's like, yeah, that's why I want to play 2K24. That's why I want to play 2K25. That's why I want to keep playing months in. Yeah, 2K, you got the gameplay down, but give us a reason to play. Is that too much to ask for? And you know what the funny part is? There's actually one more game mode in these games, but it's so hidden that most people don't even know it exists or have ever tried it. A mode that if 2K actually did right could add so much longevity to the game, but it doesn't even work. WWE2K Online is a travesty, and I'm not even talking about the spammers, the cheaters, nah. 2K24 Online is the most broken online experience I've seen since, 2K23. Having a good, fun, active online mode is the easiest way for people to actually play your game, come back to it, whether it's playing with friends, playing with randoms. It is the easiest way to keep people playing your game. And I know wrestling games can be toxic, I know, but if 2K actually focus on online, there is so much potential here. Have, ranked lobbies for the sweats. Have player lobbies for people who just want to chill and have matches. Just have an online mode where you can use your career mode wrestle. I don't know, anything. But 2K actually puts negative effort into their online mode. A WWE 2K game with a proper, fun online mode that actually works would be so amazing. A mode that has constant updates. Make a special online mode where the week of a pay-per-view in real life you can play those matches online against other people. I don't know, anything. But at this point, that's too much to ask for. It's too much to ask for career mode online synchronization or whatever, anything, because the online doesn't even work as it is. It is actually insane how a AAA game like 2K24 can come out and have an online that barely works. And I'm not talking about playing against randoms, lag and stuff. You want to play with your friends in your own private lobby, you better pray that the match doesn't disconnect. And if you have some creative wrestlers involved, you already know what's disconnecting. Why even bother? Some of the stuff I've seen online players face in this game makes no sense whatsoever and just shows how 2K just does not care about this game in general. You can say, oh, they don't care about online, but they care. No, they don't care about the entire game in general. Lobbies take forever to load. Getting into matches is a miracle. One of my friends, he had this glitch where every time he used resiliency, the game crashed. How does that even how, bro? You put your opponent through a table, crash. Started a match, crash. What kind of online game mode is this? 2K could actually be printing money if they somehow got 2K Online popping. I don't know how or what, introduce a season pass, do whatever you want, but it's 2024. Why does online wrestling games not work? It's a shame. It's a travesty because imagine if any other game came out like this. Street Fighter, Tekken, I don't know, Call of Duty. There's no way it would stand. But here with the 2K wrestling games, every year they will release the most broken online mode I've ever seen. Just somehow they keep topping it year after year. Nothing works, crashes, glitches, you name it, it's all here. And nothing ever happens. And the two problems are, one, 2K doesn't care, and two, most of the players don't care because they don't even play online. And to me, that's still 2K's fault because 2K Online should be popping. Think of how much fun there could be. The potential was endless, but 2K doesn't even care about it. They don't promote it, they don't advertise it, which I get, they don't do that because it barely works, but it's like, even on the menus, online is buried beside options. Why isn't it on the main menu with all the other game modes? Clearly they don't care about it. It's just like some weird sideshow. But like all the popular games these days all have fun, functioning online modes because that's what's going to keep people playing. But nah, 2K doesn't care. Nope. It's a shame. I would love for 2K Online to be something. I love playing against real people. That's why I play video games these days. There's only so much CPU, AI matches I can do in any game. Yeah, it's sweaty, it's annoying at times, but there are ways to fix that. To me, if you really wanted to, you could do it. And to me, that's what fun is. It's what keeps you playing after you play the CPU 100 times. It's having competitive matches with your friends or randoms. It's making funny characters and having wild matches. It's gathering 6 people and having an elimination chamber. But no, because your game's gonna crash. I don't know, like, hey, 2K, ever think about this? Why don't you make Universe Mode have online functionality where you can invite friends to play in your universe, in your matches? Oh, wait, actually don't, because you're gonna try to add that and... I know a lot of people don't care about online, but just think of how fun it could be. Think of all the potential, but it's so bad right now that you can't even play with your friends to try it out. And remember, this was a proper $60 full price game that was released, and online still doesn't work months later. That just shows how much they care about this game in general. They clearly don't care. It's pathetic. Yeah, it's just sad. I don't know. These games deserve more love from the developers. They deserve better. We need more modes. We need more content. We need fixed online. We just need stuff to do. And the worst part about this, lastly, to wrap things up, is 2K will tell you, hey, we do support these games. We do add content post-launch. 2K's idea of adding content and longevity to the game are DLC packs that come out every few months, and these DLC packs are just new characters. I'm sorry, but just adding a few wrestlers to a game isn't adding actual content. It's like, great, you added CM Punk, which we had to pay for, but 90% of the community just logs on the day he releases, downloads the DLC, plays a few matches with them, and then they don't touch the game for months again. Because it's not real content, and I don't know why the community stands for this. Oh, shiny new wrestler, wow, take my money. This ain't DLC. If I'm paying $15, I want actual content. I want real DLC. And what do I mean by that? Content that actually makes the community come back to the game for more than just an hour. Just real DLC. Is that too much to ask for? Like, for example, the first 2K DLC that dropped this year was a CM Punk and ECW pack that gave us CM Punk and some ECW legends, and it was a cool drop, I'm down, but would it have hurt if you maybe just added a little DLC extension to My Rise? Maybe add a little side story where the ECW legends invade into your My Rise. I don't know, nothing crazy. I'm not asking for 2K25 to drop a year earlier, no, but just a little extra actual content that we can play for 3-4 hours. But no, here's the Post Malone Friends pack, because yes, that's what I want. I want Post Malone in my wrestling game. But hey, at least we got Honky Tonk Man and Jimmy Hart. Yep, that's definitely gonna keep me playing this game. Yep. Here's the Pat McAfee and Friends pack. No, we don't want this. They need to change their approach to the DLC, and we as a fan base, as customers, need to demand actual real DLC. Like, sure, drop the Post Malone and Friends pack, but also make it the Universe Mode DLC pack of the year, where, halfway through the year, they drop new cutscenes for Universe Mode and new rivalries or something. I don't know, anything that actually adds to the game, something that adds some life to the mode mid-life cycle, and then so on. I don't know, in August, drop more DLC with it, but add some bonus showcase matches or updates to My GM, anything. That's real content. That's extending the game's life cycle. But instead, no, let's drop some wrestler packs in September and November. Because, yeah, that's going to bring the game back to life. Let's wait till September to play with Jade Cargill. What the hell am I even going to do in September with Jade Cargill after I've already played every single mode and done everything in the game? 2K is actually brain dead. Like I said, I'm not saying drop all the stuff you got planned for 2K25 early, but give your customers some respect. Give them some proper content. Like, yeah, dropping the WrestleMania 40 stage in June was great. You know, extra weapons they add in patches. It's great, but give us a reason to play the game. Just make the game matter in June and July. I'm not asking for it to matter in November. I'm being reasonable. But no, by July, I don't want to play. There's nothing to do. Why would I play this? 2K wrestling games are at the risk of falling off once again because they clearly don't care about the actual modes. It's all quantity, but not quality. For 2K25, they desperately need to overhaul their game modes and make them worthwhile. Whether it's fixing universe mode, adding creative stories so the community can carry the content themselves, making My Rise a better, deeper, proper career mode that you can play through a bunch of times, and anything. I just want a reason to continue playing this game after the first 2 weeks. But hey, you know what? Why am I even talking? It doesn't even matter. I don't even know why I made this video because all they care about now is my faction and like the 5,000 people that actually play that godforsaken mode. Because of them spending thousands of dollars every month is more than enough for 2K. You know what? No wonder 2K doesn't care about this game. No wonder every patch breaks some part of the game, but they make sure to add my faction updates on all the patches. They don't want to do anything about it. 2K25 is going to come out and be like, oh, whoa, guys, pre-order the Tribal Chief Edition. We had a new Roman Reigns showcase mode. Yay. Yep, can't wait to spend $100 to trigger an Usos interference in the northeast corner of the ring. Wow, great. Take my $100. I'm done. I'm done being excited for these games. I want actual upgrades. I want proper game modes. I want fixed online. And I hope 2K understands this is a really pivotal time, and they really, really need to step up. Let me know down below what you think. What's your opinion on all of this? Are there any game modes you do really like? Are there game modes you are having fun with? Did you get bored after a week or two like me? Let me know down below. It's your boy Pav, aka Wrestling Gifts. I'm sorry for the little break I took, but your boy is back and I got a lot of fire content ready and lined up. So, you know, stay tuned for that, okay? It's your boy Pav, aka Wrestling Gifts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later, okay?
Okay. So, I want to speak about the things that this content creator just spoke about. And I'm going to tell you some things. Basically, that's not hard to understand, and I've spoken about some of these things many times, okay? First off, what I agree with him, okay, not that he needs my approval and I don't need his, but first thing, I agree. I've been telling you guys, it looks impressive to people to see all of these different brackets for all of these different modes. But to me personally, most of those modes I don't really care about. So they're there and you can sit and count, oh, we got 8, 9, 10, 15. Yeah, we got all of these different modes. But there's really nothing going on in these modes to get me to care about what's going on. He basically is saying the same thing. Now, I love the game is fun, and this and that, but he's complaining because of a lack of content, repetition. All right. Here's the thing that he's not saying, he's not understanding, and me and the rest of these people that create content that are complaining, they're not understanding this either. The reason, one, it's not all WWE2K. It's the content creators and these fans, okay? First off, the one thing that they're not saying and understanding is WWE is giving you a game every single year. Yet you're expecting a boatload of changes to the content. They are not going to give you what you're asking for within a year's time. Two, he's trying to save face with the 2K public in general because, for one, he feels the need to say, I'm sorry, every time he speaks his mind in a way of it's not in favor of what the game is offering. But then, two, he's talking about how super fun the game is. Well, if the game is so super fun, why are you getting so bored and turned off? I've played every single mode there is, and I've done this and that. What else is there to do? Here's the problem. It's exactly what I just told you. You guys feel entitled and you're spoiled. And you're used to getting a game every year. You're talking about people using their imaginations, right, to have fun with the game and doing their own commentary and everything. Okay, if that's what they choose to do, that's what they choose to do. Most of the people that truly do commentary are not doing it with WWE wrestlers, to be honest with you. These are the people that will create WCW, okay, a different federation, their own federation, and then they'll turn off Michael Cole and everybody to add their own twist. A lot of these people do their own graphics and their own logos and everything. So it's different reasons. I don't know so much that they're doing it because of the lack of something. I just feel like and not to mention, you got to understand, these are also people that record videos on certain days. The same way, like if you have Monday Nitro, it's like, okay, so every Monday we're doing Nitro. Thursday is going to be Thunder. Then Sunday's the pay-per-view. Like they actually do these things. And those are the nights that they record. So to say that they're using their imagination and the fact that this game is dead, the modes are dead. This is what I find, like really weird how people don't understand, don't see what I'm saying right on their own, okay? So I'm here to just open your eyes to bring awareness to this whole situation. Look at all of the modes that they have. What are the WWE2K fans complaining about when it comes to AEW? Oh, they don't have content. They don't have modes. So even with all of these modes that the WWE has, people still aren't happy. They're still not satisfied. What did I just tell you guys recently, and what I've been saying for the longest anyway, but what did I just tell you guys? These people cannot be satisfied because they get too much too soon. If the WWE would give you a game every now and then and just, you see what he's saying about they send patch jobs, they send updates with new wrestlers and everything. I told you guys before, it makes no sense. Why? You have a community creation suite where they look just as authentic or just as real, sometimes even better than the ones that come with the game. So for that to be the case, why would anybody, you're telling me if I want to download CM Punk, right, versus buy him, and I'm actually getting CM Punk, why would I buy it? Not to mention, that doesn't matter anyway. Why? Because they give you different versions of these wrestlers. Their old looks, their updated looks. So it's all preference. But bottom line is, see, he has a right to his opinion just like we all do. But I heard nothing but ranting. I'm entitled. I'm spoiled. I want more. Give me more. You heard him reference himself as, I'm a grown man. I'm really going to sit here. You heard what he said, right? I'm going to sit here and really play 50 hours of this, right? But then he sat here and said, also, we should be able to sit here and play, 3-4 hours. It's like, see, no, that's your personal likes. As far as the game itself, and don't get me wrong, once again, he has the right to not like it. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to do all of this complaining. Like when he said, I don't even know why I'm making this video. In a way, I'm saying me neither. Why? Because as soon as 2025 drops, you're going to be one of the first ones to get it. And then you're going to sit there and make another complaint video about how the game sucks and it lacks content. You want to know? Universe mode is not what they spend time on. I don't know why people are so blind. What they spend time on is these storylines. Not that they do such a good job with them. Some of them, to be honest with you, that's all you're really paying for the most part. You're paying for a new story mode and a couple of tweaks. That's it. You're not getting any real quality. Why? They skipped 20, right? And went to 21 and went to 22. That extra time that they took gave them the ability to give you a completely different engine. Everything was different. There's people that don't like 22. But 22 was the beginning of a new series. Okay? And so 23, 24, same as 22. There's just been no improvements. Imagine if every game was annual. Every game. You know how broke most of these people would be because they don't have discipline to say, no, I gotta pay my rent. Hey, you know what? I gotta pay my car insurance. I gotta put food on the table. I have to keep the lights on. I have to keep the water running, right? No, you know what they do? They'll sit there and go, damn, I want that Street Fighter. Damn, I want that Mortal Kombat. Damn, and I want that WWE2K. Shit, that's gonna be like $300. But you know what? I'll just borrow some. This is what they do. And then they complain because why? You want all of these different games, but yet you don't have enough time to play them. So I heard a lot of contradictions within that rant as well. Like I said, you know, one minute I'm a grown man, I'm not going to sit here and have to keep doing this and this. But then on the other hand, you want to sit there and feel like you said, then you compare yourself to being like a little happy kid, you know, being able to play. I keep telling you guys, everything has to be sociable now. From the music you listen to, the movies you watch, if it's not something that everybody's talking about, then people don't really want to talk about it. Okay? Weed is something people do socially. Nobody smokes crack socially. All right? That's people don't want you to. They don't even want you to know that they doing hard drugs or whatever. Okay? They don't want you to know that. Well, we know, you know, marijuana's a plant, of course, but people lace that shit with things. But bottom line, it's something that people do socially, so they feel more comfortable. Oh, I'll do that openly. I'll smoke a cigarette or a cigar openly. Okay? The same way somebody go and do hard drugs privately. Well, yeah, that's what they do with these games. They play them privately. They play them, but they don't talk about them because, well, nobody's talking about it. This is the thing that people don't get. The amount of time that it takes you. Like GTA is one of the biggest games, one of the biggest sellers, right, of all times. Okay, they're you do a top 10 greatest games or whatever, GTA is going to be ranked somewhere up in there. Look at how long we've been hearing about GTA 6. Okay, a lot of times you have different reasons. You have certain developers, different people that's not involved with the project anymore, different new people, whatever. They want the game to be right. That's the holdup. They want the game to be right. They don't want to just put it out. Same with movies. If you guys have Tubi, you notice you see a lot of these low budget movies and you see one actor or the same actors and actresses in like the same, like different movies. And it's like, how the hell is this man in 8 movies that all came out the same year? Why? Because they're low budget, very simple script. The writing is very simple. Nothing hard, very simple, simplified movies, nothing going on. Yeah, that's why. So these are not blockbuster movies. These are not movies that even make it to a movie theater screen. Now, it doesn't have to, because in this day and time, you do have streaming platforms, which is what they're on. But big budget movies also hit these streaming platforms. But the point what I'm saying is there's not much effort and energy put into those movies. That's why they're cranking them out so fast. So, with that being said, what do you think? Because you see those 3 letters, WWE, that you're about to get a masterpiece? So, once again, with all of those features, when you hear me say, AEW, I gave you the modes that me personally, I'd be more than satisfied with, and said if they have a universe mode and put all of those modes within that universe mode, put all the match types within that universe mode, you're still having the option to play each one of those modes in a single gameplay style, meaning not playing it as a part of season mode, not as a way of playing it, not playing the entire season, you know, a yearly calendar, but playing that particular mode single-handedly. Okay, that type of thing. You know, you have the option either way, but it's all there. As opposed to you being able to sit here to show, oh, we got this mode, that mode, that mode, that mode, that mode. But like I said, most of those modes mean absolutely nothing to me. Now, the match types that are there, what makes your game stand out differently? Example, okay, I was watching Pro Wrestling X, right? Now, this is a wrestling game that's on Steam. And they have a scaffold match. Now, for me, I feel like the scaffold match, the way it's done, in a scaffold match, you basically, the match isn't over until you throw your opponent off. Okay? If it's a tag team, it has to be one guy standing and two from the other team completely thrown off or whatever. The thing about a scaffold match, I like the way this, matter of fact, you know what, let me just pull it up. Okay, because the way they did it, let me see, was it's not just one particular scaffold just going across. There's not much that you can do. Okay, because you don't have ropes, you can't climb up to the ropes. The ropes are in the ring. Of course, the scaffold is hoisted up above the ring. But what I'm saying is, your move set is limited. So now, for me, if I was going to make a scaffold match, I'd have it where there's something extra up there where you can jump off of things, a couple of weapons up there, something like that. Just add a little bit. So the point is, a scaffold match is really not seen as something that's going to be like a long match. Okay, and at some point it's like, okay, I'm ready to end this match because it's repetitive. You can only do with so much. You can't submit them. Okay, you can't pin them. You have to throw them off. I felt like that would be a nice touch if Retromania would be able to get that because of the type of game that it is. And the fact that everything with them is mostly based on the NWA with their belts. They have the one belt, then they have the tag belts coming. They have 4 NWA rings. Okay, and arenas. So at the end of the day, that was a part of the NWA. Just like the US title, the TV title. So the thing about it is, it's not meant to be solely an NWA game. But bottom line is, hell man, that's the belt that they have. And once again, they have more content related to NWA than anything else in the game. So for that, I felt like, yeah, that'd be cool if they can get permission to make a scaffold match. I mean, and they can still have to get permission. They can still do it. They can still make a scaffold match. They can still do it. Also, it would be cool if they can get the Crockett Cup because that's the NWA. And it's still going on to this day. Now, they would need permission for that, but they could still make their own scaffold match. Now, I don't want to play Fight Forever and we're just all doing the same matches back to back. So let's just say of everything from a submission match to a last man standing to a I quit match. But let's just say all of those match types is on every single wrestling game out. Let's just say if it was, right? What makes your game different? 1, play style, of course. Okay. 2, exclusives. Like, for example, you're only going to get the title Survivor Series in the WWE. But a tag elimination is nothing. That's all the Survivor Series is. So, guess what? If that match type is already in all these other games, it's just not called the Survivor Series. So what makes it special because they label it, right? Okay, it's like iPhone naming their FaceTime feature FaceTime. Well, with Samsung and other phones, it's just called mobile to mobile. But they all have that same feature. So what makes it any different? Okay, I'll see if I can pull up that scaffold match for you guys in a minute. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Okay, so what's different? The Elimination Chamber. Okay, that would be a match that stands out differently because it's different. Okay, Hell in a Cell is going to be different from your standard cage match. You understand? Blood and Guts is going to be different from your standard cage match. This is what I'm saying. So you have to have, like, what do, exploding barbed wire matches. I'm not talking about mods. I'm talking about authentic, like this is a part of the game, or this is a match that, now, this isn't an annual thing for AEW, but they've had it. So bottom line is, whether it's a made-up match or whether it's an actual match that's happened, okay, it doesn't matter. The point is, what does your game offer that you can't not get on the other games? Okay, so my point is, if we all have the same content on every game, then what's the purpose? Why do I need to have a game that just have different wrestlers and a different logo on it if I'm getting the same exact thing? It plays the same, it looks the same. With just a few minor differences, then what? Example, okay? It's your money, you spend it how you want. I have the Samsung Galaxy Fold 5. I love this phone. Why didn't I buy the first one, the second, the third, or the fourth? Because I was aware every time that I watched the Samsung Unpacked. I don't care. I don't need another content creator to tell me what a phone can and can't do based on his personal opinion and what he likes, especially when they clearly show favoritism towards whatever phone that they have. Okay, my thing was, it's still things that they need to do. For me to spend my $2,000 on the phone, I need to be satisfied with the phone. Not just because it folds, okay? Because that's basically what I would have been doing. I'm just buying this phone because it folds. Not that the phones weren't unique, different, and good, but there were still things. Example, my last Samsung, the camera was so crystal clear, sharp, and the 200 times zoom on it was ridiculous. We were at the beach. This big, huge, giant ship was so far across out in the ocean that it looked like an ant. The camera is so strong that I could zoom in and I could literally see scratches on the boat. I could see the numbers clearly. I could see the people faces. That's how. So I knew there's no foldable phone, okay, none, that can match those type of cameras. They can't. Okay, they don't have enough. They can't make the cameras big enough. They don't have it. And then when you have that big camera bump, everybody complains. I have a case. I will always have a case on my phone. I've never been the person that just have a phone with no case. No, I have to have a case to protect my phone. Okay, especially when they're made of glass. Regardless, I don't want to walk around my phone has big chunks taken out of it and because I keep dropping it. No, so I always have a case on my phone. But at the same time, I knew when I bought this Fold that the cameras weren't the same. How stupid would it be of me to buy this phone and then complain about, I paid $2,000 for this phone and the camera should be the same as, well, no. No, I've already known that the cameras weren't as good. I'm not a photographer. I'm not out here doing photography, and I love to take pictures and videos, yeah. But you have people that have a phone, and this is the difference. They will sit and brag about all the features the phone have, and they never use them. So they're paying just for bragging rights to say, yeah, my phone can do this, my phone can do that. Okay, great. Right. I'm too grown up for that. So the bottom line is, you have all these features that really don't mean anything to you. With the exception of you being able to brag about what the phone does, those features do you no good. And you're just paying a whole lot of money for something that you're not even getting the full use out of. And that's pretty much what's happening. Now, with all that being said, right? For him to come to the conclusion, Universe Mode is supposed to be something you can play forever and ever and ever and ever, right? And he's telling you how that's what it's supposed to be. But it's so repetitive. It's the same thing, right? No, you can't play it forever and ever the way you're talking about, because guess what? A new game is coming every single year. So you do all of this, My Rise, My Fashion Universe, you do all of this building stables, and my GM, you do all of this just for when the end of the year comes and the new game comes out. That old game is going to collect dust because now all my energy is going to the new one. Every company that's giving you an annual game is always going to milk your pockets. Do you think that I care to play Madden or 2K basketball or whatever, and you can customize a mansion, you can buy a mansion, you can do all of this and that? And is that what I'm buying a basketball game for? Is that what I'm buying a football game for? I can buy clothing and jewelry, and I can put my character in different clothes. Like, what? I mean, people don't even think about what you're accepting from these companies. I could care less about any of that stuff. Hell, I have a cooking game. You guys saw me play it. Okay, the house is a part of the restaurant in terms of life. What you're doing is you're cooking, you're making money from your business, right? So you use your money and you can fix up your house and sell your house. And that's all a part of the way the game is played. What the hell does me buying a mansion and dressing up my mansion and buying this kind of car? What the hell are we playing here, right? So this is what I'm saying. None of that stuff means anything to me. So for someone to brag and boast that you can do this on this game and you can do that on that game, I mean, what does it mean? I watched the guy play. I was watching college football 25, college day football 2025. And the person that was playing the game, I don't know if it was 2-player or 1-player, but it seemed like 2 players because of the way they were both playing, but they weren't talking at all. But the game, like they both were very good. They knew what they were doing, offense and defense. So I'm watching this one video. I don't know who it is. I don't remember. It's nobody that I'm actually subscribed to, nothing like that. I don't even know who this person was, but the game was fun. I actually put it up on my big screen and was watching. Another game, it was just because it was the game itself. I didn't know this person either. But the guy is playing and he's telling people how this game is nothing like Madden. It's far better than Madden. Madden is trash, this, that, and the third. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You're saying it looks just like Madden and whatever, right? And he's giving you the differences in why this game, College Day 25 or whatever, Game Day 25, is so much better than Madden. And then about 5 minutes into him talking and explaining, he starts talking about what the football game doesn't have and what sucks about it. And he spent more time saying the game sucked than actually being able to explain why the game is better. And my whole thing is, first of all, why is it always a comparison? Why does something always have to die for something else to live? Why is everything always about what another game does? Look, if I'm making a video and in my video I'm making comparisons because I'm making a point about more than one game and the situations surrounding these games, then of course the responses that you're going to get is expected. That, yeah, they're going to say, well, yeah, they're going to talk about, if I'm mentioning Retromania, if I'm mentioning Action Arcade, if I'm mentioning Fight Forever, if I'm mentioning 2K in the same video, yeah, we were talking about those things. So the responses should be in reference to those things. But I'm noticing like people just come on channels and they just talk about something that has nothing to do with the actual video. Now, he's talking, and I'm saying to myself, wow, for someone that loves this game so much, all you're doing is complaining. You shut down Madden being trash. You said this is the best football game out, blah, blah, blah. It's super fun. I love this game. This is what Madden should have done. But then you named about 20 things that's wrong with the game. So it's like, wow. It's like people just love to complain. Once again, you will never make them happy because they are always going to have a complaint. That's just who they are. That's just what they are. It's a lot easier. Football captions the same animations back and forth, and they may add a few different screens or whatever. But it's like I told you guys, man. These videos that you see, instead of sitting here playing fanboyism, listen to the content, listen to what's being said, and learn from it, because this is what people don't do. They watch every video like it's just entertaining. I'm not making this video to be entertaining right now. I'm making this video just to bring some awareness and have people look at things in a logical way, instead of just sitting here being bitter and complaining about everything. So you take a game, like I was saying, back to my point, GTA gives you a game here and there. Because if they gave you the same game every single year, it would be like, you know what, I'm tired of GTA already. Because you're not getting quality content. You're not getting anything creatively different. And you got to also remember, it's hard Look, it's easy to talk about what you want, but when you have 20 something installments of the same thing, it's like, okay, what are you going to put in this game that all of a sudden everybody's going to want it and it's just going to, like blow everybody away? You hear this guy talking about how dead the online play is. I was just having a conversation with Purple Reigns in one of my comment sections, and I'm telling him, like, we were speaking. I said, yeah, this is one of the things I was talking about. Salute to my brother Purple Reigns. This is one of the things I was talking about. Is everything has to be sociable. Everything now I don't care about online play. Now the guy on this video obviously does. So to him, it's a big deal. I feel like whatever you put out in the game, you should have all bases covered. That is going to be, you put as much effort into every mode that you have to try to get people to really enjoy it, not just put something out and then half-ass it and then leave it the way it is. Which is also why I say, for all of the people that say that Fight Forever, they should just make a part 2. Why would you be willing to spend your money on a part 2 when they could just add these things to this game? Not to mention, you're sitting here complaining about money and having to pay for things. Well, guess what? What are they going to give us the second installment of this game for free? No. And then you're going to complain the same way. And this is exactly what happens. This in the same way this guy's complaining about Madden. What do you think is going to happen when the new Madden comes out? He's going to buy it. He's going to complain and tell you how much it sucked and what's different and what they should have done. This is what people do because they're never satisfied. So if 2K give you 30 different things to do every game, that means the next game that comes along can't give you less than 30 or it sucks. Because even with 30, you still have and you still have people complaining. And don't mistake this one person to think, oh, it's just him. No, there are many, many, many channels. I don't post every video I see. This one stood out in a way because of the things that he was saying about the game. And I felt like for him to say all of what he said, why would he be interested in buying 2025? And I'm telling you, that's exactly what he's going to do. That's exactly what he's going to do. Why did I buy 22? Because it was completely different from everything else before that they had. Different engine, different play style, everything. And I said, okay, cool. Even graphically it looks different. So I'm not sitting here, like, for one, I don't take it nearly as serious as anybody else. I just basically look at it like, look, there's still work to be done. Like example, like I told you guys in the last video, if Tony Khan pulled the plug on Fight Forever, what am I going to cry about it? It is what it is. No, it doesn't make or break me. It's just something I do for fun. That's all. Now, is there content that I would like to see on there? Yes. But once again, if you look at the things that I came up with, notice what I'm doing is you got to look at a game for what it is and what it has. So this game is capable of giving us way more. It's not like it can't handle it. Okay, it's just the simple fact that people are asking for things and they're asking for it based on, once again, a 2K format. I'm looking at the things that's already in the game and the things that's not there, okay, they already had a unique approach about it. So these are things that they can actually do where it's like, you know what, man, we're sticking to our guns, but we're just giving the people what they want and some. And we're giving them things where, once again, if they did the season mode the way I'm picturing it, believe me, like I'm saying, this would be unstoppable. Where you're always going to have somebody that don't like it. Don't get me wrong. There's always going to be people going, oh, they still should have done such and such a thing. But what I'm saying is, if they did it that way, all those little fancy brackets of being able to just click over, and we got all, who cares about all of those modes? They really don't. And this is what I'm saying. And you hear him talking. If you listen to even what he said, he's talking about, I've done everything you could do in every mode, and now I'm bored. Okay. If 2K decided to be smart and say, stop being greedy and say, you know what? We're not going to give them a game every year. We'll just update and we'll make changes in certain patches and we'll do certain things. That way, when we give them another game, it's going to feel like a completely different experience. Now that they brought the ambulance match back, they don't want you to take the ambulance match away. I'm telling you, I had the game with the coffin match on my 360. So all of these things, and you hear the guy saying, why aren't they giving us the features we want? So my point, what the hell do you think AEW is going to do that's going to satisfy people like that? Nothing. Nothing. So even when I'm talking about the season mode or any mode that I talked about, I don't know that they got what they're going to do. Just like, for example, when they did the gauntlet mode, the Beat the Elite mode, that came out of nowhere. I play it. It's there. I like it. They gave us tournament mode. I play it. I like it. But the people are still complaining about, but they should, it's like, wow. Okay, we don't work behind the scenes, right? Which means we don't know what exactly is going on. Let me see if I can pull this up. So when you set up and make these things up in your head about what you like to see, and then you're getting upset because another month goes by, right? See, that's the match right there where MJF got thrown into the pool when they had that match on the ship. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the match right there. They were on the boat when they shot that episode of Dynamite. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. So I want to pull up the Staffel match. This is a game called Pro Wrestling X. This game is old. It's not new. But the other day, I read someone was saying that they made some changes to this game, or something added some new things to this game. And this isn't a game that people talk about a lot. When I watch the game, I see what it does. It's like, okay, I haven't seen anything really crazy that make me feel like I want this game. But it's, it's just a game. Now, also, let me say this. People talk about how you can customize all these different parts of the arena on 2K, right? Now, with everything that you can do, this guy's still not satisfied. Okay? Look at the way Fight Forever set up their entrance. First off, why would they need a long? I don't even care about the long. I feel like the entrance is fine. I don't even care about all these super long entrances, right? But they don't have a long entrance. They don't show the rest of walking down the ramp way, then climbing up into the ring, walking around the side of the ring, taunting the fans. They don't show all of that. So why would they need to customize every part of the arena that they're not going to show you? Every part of the arena that you can customize on Fight Forever, you see in the game as well. The only time you see these things in 2K is when they're walking to the ring for the most part. Now, depending on camera angles you can set up for this and that, whatever. So if you're fighting outside of the ring, it might show certain things or whatever. But the bottom line, what I'm saying is the customizations is fine. But on 2K, you can listen. That's the problem. People are going into comment sections talking about Fight Forever in every wrestling game video that you see. This Pro Wrestling Viscera game that I showed you guys, there's only 2 short videos about it. And people are going into every comment section of anybody that has this game, that's showing you that clip. And every other comment is about Fight Forever. You're not even going into this comment section to talk about the game you're watching. You're going into there to bash Fight Forever. And you want to big up everything and talk about how great the game is going to be. You haven't even seen anything. How can you say what the game is going to be from a 45-second clip? The other one is even shorter. So how much can you say about the game? Only thing you can say is if it looks good to you and you like what you see, but how can you say what the game is? So you're already overhyping and overselling a game that if it actually comes out, and then all of the things that you find out that you cannot do, Like this game right here looks very robotic. They walk with their hands down like they're just taking a stroll to the corner store. Okay. I mean, you know, I've seen games like people will sit there like somebody rated Fight Forever is the worst wrestling game ever, hands down, blah blah blah. It's like I don't care about what people's opinions are, but for the record, they haven't played every wrestling game, and I know they haven't. Especially when you're sitting here overlooking games like this, and you'll sit there and show certain games, but not all of them. There's a weird feature I've seen on this game where I don't know if that was a glitch or whatever, but when they were on top of the scaffold, it's like blood was constantly shooting out the bodies. And it was like surrounding the bodies, like a horde of bees or something. It just felt weird. Okay, so the match starts out in the ring, of course. Now, when I'm talking about the scaffold match, and I'm talking about I like the way they constructed it. That's what I mean. I'm not talking so much about the gameplay. Okay, and what I was saying was the standard scaffold match. This now, and mind you, there's been scaffold matches in different companies, pretty much the independent circuits, aside from the NWA. And when you see these crazy structures like CZW, places like that, I mean, you've seen a bunch of crazy stuff. This is where the scaffold match makes, now having more room to move around at different levels, I mean, it doesn't really matter the levels to me because you're still only able to do the same things. Now, if you have like an extra part of the frame where you can climb up and jump off and do, you know, certain moves, have a couple of weapons up there or something, or let's say it's a table up there, you can put someone through the table, or you can do a move off while they're on the table and smash them while you're still up on the scaffold, stuff like that. That's what you'd have to do in order to make a scaffold match like people really want to play it. Because if you just do a straight up scaffold match, it can't be a real long match. You understand what I mean? And that's why I said, looking at the play style of Retromania, I feel like a scaffold match would be great on there, and I already gave you the reasons why. Now on here, whenever they decide to climb up there, I'm just sitting here looking at the gameplay with you guys, but whenever they climb up there, you'll see what I mean, how it's not just one scaffold going across. One, you know, it's they have like more than one section of it up there. And I don't know, you know, if they're gonna show. I have the sound down because I don't know if there's any commentary going on. And there's like maybe 3 or 4 videos of a scaffold match with this game. I mean, you know, I like the way their entrance look. You know, I like the camera. Gameplay is different. This is, like I said, this game is not new. It's old. It's a very old game. But people have started. A couple of people I've seen start, you know, playing it this year. So I said, okay, I'll check it out. Okay, so you see where you can climb up the scaffold to get to the first level, then get to the second level. I don't know if they kept the same rules where you have to throw the person off the top of the scaffold. Probably so, because otherwise, why would you have to go up there just to, you know, submit someone or get a pinfall? To me, that'd be kind of, it defeats the purpose. So we'll see if they go up there, and then if someone gets thrown off. Okay, so we're at the 6-minute 47-minute mark in this video, and this video is 11 minutes and 53 seconds. So we'll just go and see. Look like he's about to climb up. And so now you see the point what I'm saying to you. If you have a scaffold match, and like, my thing is, I don't like repetitiveness, man. I don't like repetitiveness. And then, but the thing is, everybody wants to compare who has the better scaffold match, who has the better cage match, who has the better. I mean, it's just like, for me, man, look, I play things for what they are. This game gives you this game gives you that. We don't need to copy. Remember, I showed you guys, actually, when I played, Action Arcade Wrestling, when I first read about the information and the video screenshots that I saw, and then the actual video gameplay, the trailer, the graphics look completely different. And that's when it was supposed to be Chikara Pro Wrestling. And it was supposed to be straight up, like, you know, like actual wrestling. I've been to a Chikara Pro Wrestling event, And once that company folded, they just made it was just made up wrestlers. Now you see what I mean? How the scaffold has like the capital I shape. Okay, initially the scaffold match doesn't have that. It's just that like the plank that they're on, that's all it really has, and it goes from one side to the other, and you can climb down. So what I'm saying is, I mean, even if you could do something like climb up on that rope just to get a little enough leverage to like swing around the rope and you know, throw a move or something, you know, something extra, because when you're up there and all you can just do is your straight up moves without going to a top rope, drop anything or jump off or do anything. You see what I'm saying? It's different things that you should be able to do in order to make the scaffold match feel like anything. You know, because once you get knocked off, that's how you lose, by getting knocked down to the ring or to the floor. You know, and I feel like it's a good look. It can be great if it's done right. You see how the blood is just flying out of his body, the bald guy? It looked like Batista. You see that? You see it? It's I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's on purpose, but that just looks weird. So you see what I'm saying? Like it's interesting that they do it right. They add different elements to it. You imagine if you can run and like swing around like the lines that's holding it up to do like certain like different moves. And that would compensate, you know, for like what you can't do as far as going up to a top rope or throwing, you know, an Irish whip move or anything like that. So, you know, something to be different when you're in the scaffold match. See, now him doing that move right there should have been the end, because he should have flew off. But the way they have the game is obviously he couldn't. Right? But you've seen him a couple of times get hit and almost lose his balance, and he's swinging his arms and trying to keep, right? That dragon suplex, he should have flew right off, off and been thrown off already. But yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Now, this isn't a popular game, and you don't see this on any other game other than just mods. What I'm saying, right? It's a match type that I don't want to be able to play the same exact match types on every game. Like for the most part, the bare essentials, yeah. But you need that, like those differences. Like I'm not gonna be mad if Fight Forever decide to do a scaffold match, which I doubt very seriously that they're gonna do that. But nor am I asking for one. But what I'm saying is, and I don't have this game, you understand? But what are we doing? You understand? Like, what are we doing? That's what I love, the fact that the Casino Battle Royale doesn't feel like the Royal Rumble. Now, overall, here's the thing. Everybody was saying, oh, you should be able to fill the ring up with all these people. Why? Why? Then the same people, okay, you see what I mean? You can throw them off that way, but you couldn't do it with the dragon suplex. But, yeah, so the same people are complaining that the one thing that I don't like about battle royals, or like when it's like tag elimination matches and stuff, like the tornado matches when the ring is full of people, is because it's like everybody crowds around and it's just too easy to get lost into what's going on. Let's put up some Fire Pro. Okay. But at the same time, what I'm telling you guys, I don't mind the whole it's 4 people in the ring at one time with the Casino Battle Royals. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that. So it doesn't feel like the Royal Rumble. It all feels different. Now, look here at Fire Pro. They're doing a WrestleMania match on Fire Pro, and notice the ropes are all barbed wire. So more likely this is an exploding barbed wire match. Theirs, they don't have that impact when you hit the ropes. There's no real, it's just like a little fizzle, like, you know, they didn't put much into that. But look, guys, this is exactly what I'm saying. When you put something out every single year, the creativity is not going to be there. I don't care how much you beg and cry, because they're giving you the same things over and over. And the fact that, now, don't get me wrong, him voicing his opinion is what you're supposed to do. I mean, you could do a lot less ranting about it. That's not going to change anything. But like just the simple fact of if everybody is saying, look, man, we want something else. He's talking about $60. Well, he got the cheapest version of it because these games run you like anywhere up to like $140, and for 2K, and for everything that he's complaining about as far as the modes go, this is what I've been saying to you guys. You guys are more impressed because they have all these different modes that really don't mean much of nothing to most people that play it. And you wind up playing exhibition mode more than anything else. So when you hear me talk about being able to put a match card together and things of that, this is what I'm saying. Replay value is going to be high when you get different results playing different modes. When you get the same things, it's just like the same repetitive stuff. It's like he said, it's just no different from playing exhibition mode, only you just have a bracket for it. You have, they customize the way the brackets look and all that, but it's the same thing. And that's what I'm saying. All of this, my GM, and then here's the crazy part. None of the general managers show their faces in my GM. There's no cut scenes and that stuff in there. And this is what I'm telling you. They do all of that for story mode. They're not giving you all that. So all these other modes that you're getting, it's just basically the same things over and over. So even with this whole like challenges are on here. On Fight Forever, rather. I mean, okay, as well. They all have what they have. What I'm saying, I feel like Fight Forever should keep doing what they're doing. Just give us the match types that we want for sure. Give us those other match types. And as far as gaming modes, like I said, their opinions and what they want to do is not necessarily what I want, okay, or what you want. They might give us something that we're not even thinking about and go, damn, you know what, I like that. And this is what I'm saying, think outside of the box. I don't want them to copy what nobody else is doing. I don't like to see carbon copies. I'm getting the same experience with this company as I am the next company. An example, this is Fire Pro, right? But you see the mods they're using. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything with most people, it has to have something to do with the WWE. This person's channel right here, he probably has more than just the WWE, and this is not, it's just the simple fact that this is what you see most people do. They buy a new game just to use the same people that they use in the 2K, and it's like, what's the purpose? Like, what really is the purpose? Now you have the power to do what you normally can't do. You got the power to use wrestlers that never make it to a video game that you would like to see in a video game, and now you have that power to do that. And what do you guys do? Let's go use the same people. So I'm going to go take the whole WWE roster and make them in this new game that has nothing to do with the WWE. But this is what I'm saying. This is how spoiled people are. I'm not saying this person in particular, I don't know. I'm not familiar with his channel. It just happened to pop up in my feed just now, and I said, okay, cool, Fire Pro, let's highlight it. But you see the point, what I'm saying. This is what most of these folks do. One thing about people that play Fire Pro, the majority of them that really love Fire Pro, they don't record at least themselves playing any game other than Fire Pro. So they don't care what other wrestling games are doing, which is fine. And that's my point. What's the comparisons always have? Why does it always have to be a comparison? It always has to be, let's shit on this game. If you don't like Madden, okay, play something else. And everybody's always talking about a game dying. You see, he used the same exact terminology. This game is dead, it's broken. Okay, it's just a very spoiled and entitled feeling, like there's a strong sense of entitlement with these people. They're never happy about nothing. So all of the features, when people say they should give you the same features, 2K, you can do this and that on 2K. Okay, but you have another guy who says the game is super fun, but then at the same time, he didn't even point out, you notice he didn't take the time to specify what's fun about the game and harp on it. No, he just, it's super fun to play and stuff like that, okay, let's dismiss that and let's get to what we hate. Because he really don't like the game. If the game is super fun, why are you so bored? You see what the point? Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? The game is so fun to play, but he's bored after the first 2 weeks. Nobody plays it, and he don't want to play after the first 2 weeks. He was bored already, and okay. See my point? And then he turns around and says he didn't play 2K22 that much. So in his own video, he's contradicting himself, but he's not understanding the same things. These people are giving you the same freaking game. The only thing that they're actually literally changing is the story mode. That's it. You're paying for a story mode. It made me laugh when people would say things like, well, Road to Elite is AEW's version of what a story mode is. Like, what the fuck do you... Just to say it that way, I'm like, what do you mean? Their version of what they... Like there's a blueprint for a story mode. I think Road to Elite is awesome. I love the fact, and the fact, like, we're going to the restaurants, traveling, eating different dishes, and they're educating you on different places that you go, different monuments and all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm saying, to me, I'm like, wow, their story mode is a breath of fresh air. I remember when TNA Impact made their game, and I thought their story mode was real cool. But of course, back then there was no AEW, so TNA was the company to hate. Oh man, they should have this and that. And you know how many people play TNA right now and go, man, this game was actually fun. But then you got the person that will play an old game and go, well, they should have put this and this and this. That's because you're basing it on today. That's why. The game came out years ago, over a decade ago, right? But at the end of the day, the whole point with what I'm saying is, even with all this complaining that he's doing, for any game that's not going to give you as many features, as what you're getting in 2K, you're going to get that much more complaints. It's pretty simple. It's simple. So what's going to happen is, like I said, the next 2K that comes out, he's going to complain about it. The next Madden that comes out, all these Madden, it's funny because they act like someone is making them buy it. No, it's your choice. It's your money. You choose to buy. You choose to buy these games and then complain about what they don't have. I told you guys already, if Fight Forever was a yearly game, I'm not buying it. Because I know I'm not getting a new game. So, basically, like what I was saying earlier, okay, if I didn't finish my point, I bought the Samsung Galaxy Fold 5. I already saw the Unpack for 6, right? Awesome phone. But it's not enough for me to upgrade. The only thing that they changed to the cameras was a new ultra wide. Is that a game breaker for me? I just have to have that enhanced ultra wide. No, it's not. It's not. So why am I going to go shell out another $2,000? Now, no, I can go and trade my phone in, and then for my phone, I already know I'll get $1,300 for it, and then I have to pay the rest off, whatever. But it's like, for what? I'm not really getting a new phone. In terms of performance, I'm really pretty much getting 97, 98% the same phone. And so what am I going to do it for? So it's like, you see, this is what I don't understand about, like, the human brain. We fantasize about how we want something to be. And then when it's not what we fantasize about, it's the developer's fault. If these fanboys, okay, there's a difference with a fan and a fanboy. I'm neither. I just appreciate and respect good content. Okay? But bottom line, a fan is still going to be biased regardless, but a fanboy will never find flaw. They will never see certain things that could be done better, and they want to always complain and compare. And there's nothing good about anything else that even comes close to you saying it's as good or I like it better than something that you think is better than that particular thing. So when it makes people upset, which is stupid and it shouldn't, but when it makes people upset simply because they realize there's a lot of people that say Fight Forever is far more fun to play than 2K, even though you guys keep talking about all these different features. And this is what I'm saying. How much time do you spend a day playing video games? This guy said we should be able to sit down for 3 or 4 hours. God damn, are you, like, don't get me wrong. There's times when you're good. Hey, I'm just like playing some game. Nothing wrong with that. But you have 3 or 4 hours every single day to sit down and play video games. 4 hours is half a day. That's half a shift at work. So you understand what I'm saying? And he's talking about online. See, everything has to be online. He goes, playing the computer gets boring. It's like, no, you guys are just immature, man. And I'm not, listen, bottom line is, it's a lot of immaturity, like I said, and entitlement. And people think that once they start saying that this is what the game needs and what it should have, and it's one thing to even just say, this is what I would like to see. But when you're saying that this game is suck, it's garbage, it's trash, it's dead, it's broken, the company, this series is it's in danger of basically falling off and people not playing it. Well, when you say that, my question is, have you made up in your mind already that you're not buying another 2K until they actually step their game up and feel like you're giving you your money's worth? Now, do you know that before you buy the game? So all it would take is for somebody to say, hey, listen, this game sucked, don't buy it. And then people will say, nah, you know what, I'm not going to buy it because of what this person said. And this is why I tell people, like, I never tell you what you should and shouldn't buy. I just show you things and we talk about things because a lot of times people hear things. And like I said, I've had people say to me, man, you know what? I wish I never installed Fight Forever. Or, you know what? This game is actually fun. Why are people saying these things? The game, and I'm like, this is what I'm telling you. They're comparing things. You're worried about what a game doesn't have instead of worried about what it do. Focusing on what it does have. And if you did, you realize, like, you know, this is actually fun. In terms of you getting bored because you want to play against other people instead of the computer all the time, the computer's boring, I'm fine playing the computer. I don't care about online stuff. See, that's my thing. I've seen videos where these grown-ass men are sitting there with their little headphones with the microphone on it, and they're sitting there cursing and swearing at each other back and forth, getting upset, losing their shit over a freaking video game. Like, I've seen all that ignorant stuff, and it's like, it doesn't... It's nothing I want to be a part of. It's like, okay, yeah, you guys can have that. So with everything that people tell you about a game, they tell you that the game sucks, and they give you their reasons why they don't like the game, it doesn't make you ask them, why do you keep wasting your money buying a game every single year? Just to complain about it? What do you think is going to be different? And that's the key point. Out of everything I've said, bottom line, what do you think is going to be so different about the game in a year's time? And in terms of modes, they feel complacent because you guys keep rah WWE. So they don't feel like they have to change anything. So for all the things that they're saying, that this guy is saying that they should do, and all these, there's literally, I mean, there is tons of videos I hear people just complaining, saying that they hate this game. So my whole thing is, they're so busy trying to compare it. Well, like I said, they want to defend Fight 2K when people say Fight Forever is more fun. But aside from that, and just focus on 2K, they have more complaints than anything else. Now he's saying, I want the game to at least help me out a little bit. You guys are using your imagination, and you guys are doing your own commentary, and you guys are you know, just like you know, making stuff up on your own. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? And for me, I don't even care about commentary in the game. The reason is because the majority of the commentary is repetitive, and a lot of times they're just saying random things that have nothing to do with what's actually happening in the game at the time. Okay? And for you to really have up to par commentary, it takes real effort, where they're not just saying, like I said, just saying some random stupid nonsense. You know, like, example, I'll give you the perfect example. If you've seen the game Undisputed, the boxing game, well, I'm watching the video and the fighters are coming to the ring. It's an empty arena. Like, there's literally nobody in the arena. I'm not talking about a test video. Like how you go like a training mode on like Street Fighter or something, and you're just like, or like on Fight Forever when you do the training mode and there's nobody in the arena. No, I mean, this is an actual empty arena. Okay? And this is a part of the story mode where the fighters are first starting out and they're having these fights in these little venues. The only people in there is like the cameraman and the cornerman. It's one of those. But the commentary goes, they are packed to the rafters for this great fight. And I'm like, wow. And they didn't think to remove that for that particular, type of fight. They're packed to the rafters, yet the arena is empty. So this is what I'm saying. These are things, of course, it can be fixed. But you put these videos out, you gave people access to your game, and this is what you're doing. You understand? So when they say this, I'm just like, yeah. And they just, this is a great fight. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, right from the opening bell, the first 30 seconds, nothing's really happening. And already, this is a great fight. I've never seen anything like this. So this is what I'm saying. Commentary, it's not about just have people talking just for nothing. Now, if you see me play Retromania, you know that they constantly repeat the same things over and over. So it's like the commentary is not something that, I mean, you might hear a phrase or two that might make you laugh, but bottom line, that's about it. It's like there's nothing going on in this commentary on Retromania that really is necessary. You know, it is what it is. So my point, it doesn't make me angry or nothing like that. It's just, if they took it out, I wouldn't care. They're not talking about anything. You understand what I mean? They're not really saying much of anything. So when people say, Fight Forever doesn't have any commentary, so what? Do you think I've ever bought any game because of the commentary? No. I wouldn't not buy a game because of the lack of commentary if the game is fun and I like it. But what I'm saying is, you guys are sitting here trying to add up all the points, that what you think are points. The things that you think are points a lot of times are strikes to other people. So I feel like it's one thing to voice your opinion. Like I said, I politely will drop a message here and there on a particular video or something that AEW has in reference to the game. I noticed on their Discord, right, they use the character models from the game to promote a Dynamite episode or a Collision or a Rampage. So, and listen, I'm going to say what I mean when I say I don't play phony about anything. But I don't feel like anybody has the right to go on somebody's channel and just talk trash, especially when they're not even talking about the game in this particular videos. And they'll say it's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. And they'll say, like, just say Anna Jay versus Abaddon. Who do you think is going to win this match? All of a sudden, you got 55 fucking people in the comment section. Oh, fuck that. Why don't you guys give us such and such a thing? Oh, AEW Fight Forever. Nobody's talking about Fight Forever. This is what I'm saying. These are miserable, childish, ignorant people. You are talking about a live episode of Dynamite or whatever that's going on. You're talking about AEW Fight Forever. Why? Because they see the character models that they're using from the game. So they're here to talk about the show. They're promoting the show. So now you're just being rude and disrespectful. And basically, I would ignore you too. So, yeah, and I'm not going to say it every single week or every other month. No, I've done my share. Like I said, I'll respond to certain things, but, I react to it, but I do it in a positive way. And the things that we would like to see. How many times am I going to say the same things? We've made this known. So I say what I'm saying on my videos, and then pretty much, what's seen and what's like I said, you never know who see your videos. But at the same time, you guys don't understand. The whole repetitive year after year with 2K, you're not going to get a new game. So you're really wasting your time to complain about what the game doesn't have. When you keep running to this, you know damn well when 25 come out, you're going to be there to get it. Once again, and you'll be sitting right in front of that camera doing another rant video talking about they could have did this, they could have did that. I don't know why they won't change this up and that up. So bottom line is this, right? With the features that's on there, they're not saying take the features away. They're saying make them mean something. Have they ever? Do you understand what I mean? Since so like when you say 22 was perfect, to you it was. But there's as many people complaining about 22 as you complain about 23 and 24. So this is exactly what I'm saying. It's like people just want more. Everything has to be perfect. No, I love Fight Forever. There's just things I want to see on the game. But it's not making me like, oh, I'm bored with this game. I don't want to play it. That's you guys' problem. You're bored. You get bored too damn fast. That's your problem. That has nothing to do with 2K. That has nothing to do with Fight Forever or Retro Mania or anything else. Look, what did I tell you guys about Action Arcade Wrestling? They don't have a variety on there of match types aside from the majority of what they offer match-wise, aside from a one-on-one. Okay, and a standard tag match will be your 3-on-3, your 4-on-4. And then the fact it can be tornado tag or elimination. But there are no cage matches, ladder matches, no tables matches. No, there's none. Those are not on there. Okay, there's none of that. There's no exploding barbed wire. So the best feature, the most fun feature is their tournament mode. Now you can customize the tournament mode. You can choose who you want to use in the tournament mode. Okay, that's not something that like you can't find anywhere else. The developer of that game said, when I made this game, because initially it was to be Chikara Pro. Once that deal fell apart, it was like, okay, we're going to keep it going, only it just won't be a Chikara Pro wrestling game. And he said, I didn't make this game to like compete with any other wrestling game, to be honest with you. I just wanted to give you something that it's like walking in an arcade, popping the quarter in and just playing something fun. And if you listen to those words and look at the game itself, that's kind of what it feels like, with the exception of being able to like shoot superpowers and all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, and understand. A lot of people you saw me using, those were all downloadable characters. That wasn't what the game itself offered. That wasn't stock. So I don't know what happened, but like I said before, all of these, you guys saw me download a couple of more wrestlers the other day. I don't know what happened. I put it in one day and all of those things are gone. And that's one of the problems you're going to have with custom creations. Because if something happens, a site, wherever they get these from, if that site crashes or whatever, it's very easy for your content to just disappear. And that's pretty much what happened. Also, if you look at that game, now here's one thing. You can make different stables, you can customize your belts and all that. I've showed you guys this like last year. But the reality of it is, it doesn't really matter. Why? Because it's not like you can customize your rings. So, like if I make a wrestling organization called GZW, I can't put GZW on my rings. The only most useful thing about being able to like, as far as when it says create stables, all you're doing is separating. Like, okay, so these wrestlers are all from this federation I just created. It's not an actual federation. All it does is separate where there's going to be wrestlers you remember, okay, nah, he's in this column right here. Because they don't give you the brackets where you can like put them up in boxes where you can go from wrestler to wrestler. No, you have to scroll down forever. And you can't see, but you can only see one wrestler at a time. So that is one of the most annoying things about having a lot of downloaded wrestlers, is because trying to find everybody is annoying. And their dashboard, the dashboard to lay everything out where you can see who's who, like you don't have that on there. Okay, so yeah, the game is very limited. Now, my thing is, before I bought the game, the information that I had, because at first when they talked about it, they praised the game like very much, and then all of a sudden the game came out and there wasn't much talk, and I played the game and it was like, okay, all right. Like, I didn't walk away from that game or sit there feeling like, man, this is incredible. It was just, okay, something to play. And that's one of the games where, they have a power-up system and everything. You get different boosts. I've showed, like, when I showed you guys this, what did I say? I said, this is one of the games that, honestly, you can tell they didn't make this game to be a real contender for anything else. If you end up playing this game, the majority of the times you're going to play it is going to be one of those,
I haven't played in a while. Let me just pop it in. And how long you play it, I don't know. But the replay value, this is my point, is do what they have on there, is it going to keep you coming back? The only thing that they do, and I don't know the last time that they've updated new wrestlers, but that's pretty much what they were doing, updating wrestlers in arenas. And most of it was like, older stuff, like made up stuff and older stuff. So it's one of those things where if I sat here and played this video and showed you the ins and outs of it, right? You see me do the same thing with Retromania. I've done the same thing, Fight Forever. We sit here and we go through. Well, I mean, I'm really referencing more games that people are less familiar with. Once you see what the game has to offer, man, don't go buy the game and then complain about it after you get it. Like, what you thought some magic was going to work when you buy it? No, it is what it is. And this is exactly the point what I'm saying, where, like, even if you look at Ultra Pro, right? When the guy was showing you how you can customize the rails and this and that and the different parts of the arena, that's all great. But also, if you look at the way the camera angle is, that's my point. You'll be able to see those things that you can customize. And that's what I'm saying. So the way Fight Forever set up is the same thing. Yes, you can see everything that you can customize. Everything. Everything. So why should you have to be able to customize things that they're not showing you? They don't use camera angles where they're panning the crowd, showing everything and the rafters. No, they don't. So this is what I'm saying. I'm perfectly fine with how they got their customization set up for their arenas and all that. That bothers me none. I have no complaints about it. So when people are like, oh, but on 2K, it's like, that's exactly what my point. That's my cutoff point. Okay, right there. This has nothing to do with 2K. 2K has nothing to do with Fight Forever or Retromania or whatever. Right there, that's the cutoff point. We have to stop with all of these stupid, foolish comparisons. Okay, for that matter, then that means we're going to start saying Street Fighter sucks. Why? Because you can't stick your hand in somebody's chest and snatch their heart out. They don't need to do what Mortal Kombat is doing. Mortal Kombat doesn't need to do what they're doing. Everything should have a different feel to it. But that's the problem with right now, is everything is robotic and people, their creativity sucks. Now, here's the funny thing. You won't use your creativity to have fun with your game, but you want the developers to have all this super creativity, right? That you're still not going to appreciate even after they give it to you. They're still not. You know how it is with little small children. They want a cookie. Then they want milk. Then they want grapes. Then they want a banana. Then they want to go outside and play. Then they want to climb a tree. Then they want to play Nintendo. Like before they finish any one thing, they already want something else. This is how grown adults carry themselves. It's more than just a developer thing. It's the people who are never satisfied, that just want more, and they keep pointing the finger at everything and everybody. Listen, you're not going to get a new game. This is the only video I'm going to upload today, and you're not going to get a new game on a yearly basis. They're just not. People just not. They're not accepting that fact, that reality. They want it to be different. So it's like, no, that can't be true. I want a new game. And you kept hearing them say, we need this, we need that, we need. Well, good luck on that. Good luck on that. And this is why you don't do an annual game. We're more than likely to get, I can't say everything. I don't know. Listen, put it like this. If Fight Forever, if AEW was to do the things I'm talking about, or just look, bottom line, if they just give us these match types and they give us modes where 2K don't have that. Retromania don't have that. Okay? Action Arcade doesn't have that. No other Fight for Fire Pro. Fire Pro doesn't have that. If they do that, it's still not going to satisfy the complainers. But for the people that's just genuinely saying, we just want more match types, to be honest with you, they'll be more than satisfied. Because with those match types, and then you get modes that you didn't even expect. Like when the tournament mode came, we didn't know what to expect. There wasn't a lot of talk in detail about it. But I love the tournament mode.
But what I'm looking at that they can still do, my whole point is, instead of waiting to put it in a second game, don't be lazy. Give it to us now. Put it on this game. There's no reason that they can't put it on this game. Fight Forever. Okay? We don't need a second version of it for them to give us then what they can give us now. And this is where all of the people that keep talking about, oh, they should just make a new one. If you don't have faith that they're going to give you anything in this one, or they don't know what they're doing, why would you care about them making a second game? So you can do what this guy's doing and just shit all over the game and talk about how it's crap and it's garbage? And pretty much that's exactly what people do now. Let's just talk and complain, but then we're going to buy the next game and do the same exact thing and continue to make videos about it. And the fact of it being social, here's the funny thing about it, right? When you're creating content, everybody pretty much is playing the same goddamn games over and over. So as a content creator, what are you giving your audience? You understand what I'm saying? So if you get bored so fast and the game is dead after 2 weeks, well, hey, guess what? That's something you have to make an adjustment with. It really is. Everything changes. Perfect example. How many Fast and Furious fans are out there? Look at the first Fast and Furious or the first two and compare them to any of them from the third one on. But look at the first two especially. You can even say the first three. Everything after that, they got The Rock coming on there. This dude got like super damn human strength and all kind of crazy stuff. They're doing stunts that you know damn well. Like all of a sudden, not only are they good race car drivers, right? But now all of a sudden, they know how to do stunts. They're jumping from helicopters to cars, from one car to the top of a truck. So, I mean, stuff that you didn't see in the first one. The first one was more realistic of the way something might happen in real life. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, the first one was my favorite one overall. Not that it matters. But the change came because the third one, for example, the third one was nothing more than let's try to get a younger audience hooked into Fast and the Furious. Combine that with our day ones, and then guess what? Now from the fourth one on up, we have a whole different generation, new generation combined, that's going to put more eyes on this product. So that's what the third one was about, basically. But what I'm saying, you look at everything. Look, whichever Fast and Furious it was, where they created the movie to follow Hobbs and Shaw with The Rock and Jason Statham. Okay, this is what I'm saying. All of this, damn, these dudes are just like super fighters all of a sudden. Like everything about the movie changed. So guess what? The old schoolers are not gonna like the new stuff as much as they like the original stuff. That's just the way it is. If an artist makes songs like right now, if like Def Leppard came out with an album, the people grew up listening to that. They don't want to hear any new stuff. They just want to hear the old stuff. So if Def Leppard said we're making a brand new album and they came out tomorrow, they don't care about the new shit. They want the old stuff. Now, if they made something that was just undeniable and a younger generation go, damn, I like that song, right? Then hey, okay. But the old schoolers don't want to hear anything new. All they care about is the old stuff. That's just the way things go. So when you have something and you're used to, well, they gave us this at one point. Now, don't get me wrong. Going forward, yeah, you're not going to hit a home run every time. But going forward, when you look at these games and what they are, it's like, what exactly are you asking for that you feel like everybody's going to be on board with? We need this. We need that. Damn, they've already given you all these different features that you can't do this on Fight Forever. Well, damn, according to 2K fans, even though you can do it, it's not fun. I have 2K. What did I tell you guys? Far before I saw this video, I don't even care about those other modes and stuff that they have on 2K. They don't even appeal to me. It's the match types for me. Don't get me wrong. The different modes that lead to solid gameplay. Yes, that makes the game all more fun. But those modes, the My GM and all that, My Fashion, I don't care about any of those things. They just don't appeal to me. Which is exactly why If I go in there right now, you'll see on any 2K I have, I'm not continuing anything. I would be starting my fashion, my G. I would be starting it. Yeah, there's no cut scenes and all that stuff going on. It's just a bracket with moves. I mean, with matches you put together, and once you start playing, this is what I'm saying. It's no different. So if I have a tournament mode, what does it matter if it's Dynamite, if it's Collision, if it's Rampage? What does it matter? You don't even see the GM. There's no cut scenes. There's no nothing. All you know is a still. You just have the still screenshot of Stephanie McMahon's face, or Hunter, or Shane, or whoever you choose, or whatever. And basically, it's what? It means nothing to me. And this is exactly the point what I'm saying. It's like when you do things and it's fun and you enjoy it, fine. But when you do something and the attention is like, okay, I get the gist of it. It's all right. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel about 2K. Every version of it that they've had, I've never had interest in, like, you play and you get into what they're doing, and then it's like, all right, it's just nothing to keep you coming back to that mode. And that's why I said every mode, if you look at it, every mode that I have said, there's no repetitiveness to it. Do you see what I'm saying? Every mode that I suggested for Fight Forever, nothing about it is repetitive. It's a different outcome. It's a different setup. You understand what I'm saying? That is far more fun than trying to relive a WrestleMania moment. Can Hulk Hogan body slam Andre the Giant in front of 93? You have to relive. That kind of stuff doesn't appeal to me. I mean, it's just something to do. How often am I going to do that? Everything, you look at everything, it's all, every mode, there's nothing repetitive. Match types, unique and different. Mini games, unique and different. And that's what I'm saying. That's what Fight Forever needs to keep doing. Not, well, let's give them what 2K gives them. And if they're complaining that 2K is doing it, what the hell is going to make them like it just because AEW does it? Come on, man. Keep up. Keep up. That's what people have to pay attention to, is what you're paying for. It's your own fault. And the reason that WWE doesn't feel the need to take a break and just give you a game and then send updates, make sure all the bugs are fixed, everything. That way, not only that, going to the very next game, they can look at what they did wrong, what they did right, what they have to fix. We got that taken care of. Now we go to the next game, we're going to give them a completely different experience. No, they're not going to do that. Because no matter how much complaining you do, once again, when the day comes that the game comes out, you're going to be the first ones the week of hyping it up and asking people what they want to see in the game, what they hope is in the game, and then get the game and play it, and then you're going to sit there and rant and complain after you gave them your money again. So it means absolutely nothing. But hopefully everybody got a clear understanding of what I'm saying and listening to what this guy said, and you get it. It's a strong sense of entitlement. These people are spoiled and they're never happy. Bottom line. Bottom line. There's no sense to call a chick a whore and then stay with her. Simple. That's all I got for y'all right now. I will catch you guys on the next video.